All right, let's look at this sample problem. Let's assume that I have a number, and I would like to determine for that number how many thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones are included in that number. I'm really taking a number and determining how many units that are in the thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones I have within that number. So here I have a sample program, and I have declared that its name will be numbers, and I have established that the class starts here and ends here. I have a main method that starts here and ends here. Now in this main method I have declared an int that I will name my number, and I've given it a value of 4,563. I've also declared these four variables, one named 1,000, another 100, another 10, and 1. Now what I'd like to do is take the number, my number, and determine how many thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones I have in that number. My first step is to have the value, my number, that I know is 4,563 at this point. I'm going to divide it by the value 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1,000. By dividing by 1,000, I will find the number of thousands that there are in 4,563, which is the value of my number. With this calculation, I will produce the number 4, and that will be saved into that space, 1,000. With this line, my number equals my number mod 10 times 10 times 10. I am modding my number by the value 1,000, which is 10 times 10 times 10. By modding it by 1,000, I will find that value left over after division. That is, I will have returned to me the value of 563. And that value, 563, will be placed into the space my number, overwriting the previous value, which was 4,563. With these two lines, I have determined the number of thousands and found the remaining value. That remaining value is stored in my number. I will, in this line, divide the value, my number, that I know is 563. I'll divide that by the number produced by 10 times 10, which is 100. By dividing my number, 563, by 100, I've returned back to me the value 5. That's the number that will be stored into the space 100. In my next line, as I did in the prior line here, when I wanted to find the leftover, I will take the value in number and mod it by 10 times 10, or 100. I know that in the space my number is 563. Modding it by 100, I'll have returned to me 63. I'll put that value into this space, my number. In my next line, I will take the value in my number, which I know is 63, and I'll divide it by 10. I'll have returned back to me then 6. The value 6 will go into the space 10. I'll then mod my number that I know has a value of 63. I'll mod it by 10. That will give me a value of 3. That goes into my number. At this point then I have in the space 1,000, 4, 100, 5, 10, 6, and my number 3. And I'll print those values out in these 4 lines. Now this program compiles, and then as we run it, I see that my output here, whoops, I'm sorry, as I run it again, I have those numbers output. If I changed this value, hard-coded in my code, to 8732, compile my code again, and I will, and then run it, I'll see that I do have output 8 for the thousands, 7 for the hundreds, 3 for the 10, and 2 for the ones. I think this provides an example of a solution for a problem type of determining the values in a number. This is a solution that can be applied to other problems also. Thanks.